The Russian competition season will end with the first ever showdown tournament. The forum will be held on March 18 in Moscow. The announced prize fund, 9 million rubles. The organizers reserve the right to establish additional nominations. The tournament is open to any current or former figure skaters born in 2007 or older. Olympic champions and world champions are allowed without preselection. The rest will have to apply in writing, yes, even Sasha Trusova, if she even wants to perform. The contestants' passing/failure to pass will be determined by the FFKKR together with Channel 1. It will depend on the evaluation of the originality of the subject, i.e. the idea of the performance. Dmitry Soloviev, Elena Radionova, Elizaveta Nugumanova, Alexander Inbert, Vasilisa Kaganovskaya, Valery Angelopol have already confirmed their desire to perform. The final list of participants will be known on March 1. According to the plan of the organizers, there will be 16 to 18 numbers in total, plus 2 substitutes. If suddenly you were expecting a 2-time Olympic champion Yevgeny Plushenko, it looks like he will not be there. Well, or the organizers need to find 10 million rubles as soon as possible. Each of the participants will have to present the original demonstration number, created especially for this tournament and not presented, announced, in any way earlier. If we proceed from this point, Kamila Valieva will not be able to show Wednesday. The duration of the number is 2.5 to 3 minutes, there are no requirements for technical elements. There are also no restrictions on the use of props and costumes, and special effects, projections, etc. can be agreed with the organizers. How and by whom the performances will be judged, is not known yet. European champion Alyona Kostornaya is back on YouTube. Hi everyone, you're on my channel, and I'm sick again, is how the video, which interrupted a 2-month downtime, begins. The video is about January 1st, at 11:50 New Year's Eve, Elena gave herself a day in one color challenge. Subscribers chose light colors for Elena, and Kostornaya's task was to wear light-colored clothes, choose light-colored food, etc. during the day. And, of course, the figure skater could not help but wish her subscribers a happy new year, wishing everyone good luck and positivity. And Alyona also made a reference to the presidential holiday addresses, as they say, this year was difficult, after which fragments of speeches by Boris Yeltsin, Vladimir Putin, Dmitry Medvedev and again Vladimir Putin appeared on the screen. Then Elena showed her breakfast, tea in a white mug, red and white Kinder chocolates and Oreo cookies in silver packaging, accompanying it all with funny captions and hashtags. Yesterday was the New Year's table, I ate like a pig, so today I'm on an unloading day, on sweets, on tea, which will make it much easier for me to pass this challenge, the skater explained. The next location, the Sheremetyevo airport. Elena was afraid that she did not have a certificate, so she and George Konitsa arrived well in advance, but the document was valid. In the end the duo went to the business lounge. Alas, the best part was behind the scenes. Before boarding, Kunitz looked at his phone and said, "Oh. Turn the camera off." In the middle of the video, Alyona turned to a soul-crushing cry, why is she not allowed to film herself on her own camera? I don't film people, maybe some interior, but I've never focused on people. I don't film a person up close unless I have permission to do so. When I walked around with a phone, no one more or less cared, but when I went out with a semi-professional camera, everything, I suddenly became the enemy of the people, I immediately hated everyone. Can you please explain to me why this is happening? I cannot explain to everyone that I am not interested in him, I need what's around, not you. By the way, during the recording of the segment, Elena lit up her broken arm, she explained that she was learning a new element and fell down. And what about the challenge? Elena arrived at the airport wearing a gray jumpsuit and a white bag, but her bag was black. Well, what can you do, there is no other, the skater parried. And spoke about her diet, I eat only light, I took myself some chips, which are also light, and a caramel banana chocolate, the lightest possible. The next inclusion was from the plane. It turned out that something had broken down on the ship, the flight was delayed, and the passengers were asked to get off. Guys, this is bad, Elena says. After all, the guys made it and, to brighten up the wait for their luggage, Elena and Gosha decided to do a suitcase race around the ribbon. The winner, of course, was the European champion. People shunned us and looked at us like we were total jerks. Then the skaters did cheers and invited all the residents of Samara to the show. Elena summarized the results of performance already in Cuba. The show ended pretty well. In spite of some moments that interfered a lot, we can say that the show was correct. Bye. The European champion urged to subscribe to the channel and promised that she would try to release videos more often. In the academy of Yevgeny Plushchenko's Angels reacted to the statements of the coach of the Russian championship champion Alina Gorbacheva Sofia Fedchenko. Earlier, the coach said that she considers hysterical comments Plushchenko on the unfair refereeing at the Russian championship. Plushchenko's Angels published a post on social networks. Recall, also Yevgeny Plushchenko said that if such refereeing to his athletes is repeated, they can continue to perform in other countries. Sofia Fedchenko commented on the words of the Olympic champion, considering them hysteria and the inability to admit his coaching blunders. I think that he was too confident in his victory in the absence of the main favorite of the tournament, Alice Diva-Glazova. Well, we'll have to get used to reckoning with different coaching staffs. We have kids growing up, Life newspaper quoted Fedchenko as saying, "Russian referees are professionals, but they sometimes make mistakes." Alexander Lakrnik, honorary president of the International Skating Union, ISU, told RBC Sport. I read the statements of Tatiana and Yevgeny. I can say that Russian judges are some of the most competent and educated in the world. In general, they give correct scores. It's worth admitting that there are mistakes, but everyone has them, Lakrnik said. Three-time Olympic figure skating champion and current State Duma deputy Irina Rodnina commented on Yevgeny Plushchenko's recent high-profile statements. The former figure skater also called the performance of Russian athletes under a neutral flag a chance. If there is a chance to compete, it should be used, RIA Novosti quoted Plushchenko as saying. Decisions to change citizenship to perform for another country or in neutral status will not be made by Plushchenko or even the athletes, but by higher authorities, RBC Sport quoted Rodnina as saying. On January 25, 2023, the IOC said it would consider allowing Russian athletes who do not support the special military operation to compete in neutral status. Also, athletes must comply with the anti-doping rules of the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA.